Russian troops continue their rapid offensive in all directions of the front. After yesterday's breakthrough of the Russian army in Kupiansk, war correspondents declared that Russian troops continue to develop their success in this direction of the front. In particular, it is reported that on November 15, the advanced units of the Russian army managed to gain a foothold in the northern part of the industrial zone of the city of Kupiansk, on the territory of a local sugar factory. In addition, over the past 24 hours, Russian troops have also managed to expand the bridgehead on the territory of Zayaskyly microdistrict, in the eastern part of Kupiansk. According to war correspondents, as of November 16, 2024, the Russian army expanded the control zone in the center of this microdistrict. Currently, Russian troops are gradually expanding the bridgehead in the eastern part of Kupiansk. At the same time, you should understand that if the Ukrainian soldiers lose control over Zayaskyly microdistrict, the entire Ukrainian army will lose the integrity of all defensive lines in the eastern part of Kupiansk. In this case, the Ukrainian army will have to take a head-on battle, in which firepower and manpower will play a decisive role. And given the fact that the Russian army is far superior to the Ukrainian army in all these indicators, the outcome of this battle becomes obvious. Against this backdrop, even pro-government Ukrainian experts and analysts express confidence that the Ukrainian army will not be able to keep the city of Kupiansk under its control. By the way, a number of reputable Ukrainian Telegram channels have voiced one of the main reasons for the successful breakthrough of the Russian army in Kupiansk direction of the front. According to them, the Russian army managed to break into the eastern and northeastern parts of Kupiansk because Russian troops went on the offensive at the very moment when two brigades of the Ukrainian army were rotating in this direction of the front. It is reported that at the time of the Russian army's offensive, one of these Ukrainian brigades did not manage to take its position. At the same time, it remains unclear how the Russian High Military Command managed to find out the exact time of rotation of the Ukrainian brigades, especially given the fact that this information is top secret. Commenting on the situation in the Kupiansk direction of the front, an authoritative military expert and retired lieutenant colonel of the People's Militia of the Luhansk People's Republic, Andrei Muchnoy, highly praised the actions of Russian troops and military intelligence. According to him, the success of the Russian army in Kupiansk is vivid proof of the successful and coordinated work of military intelligence and commanders of offensive units. Andrei Muchnoy also noted that the Russian army's breakthrough in Kupiansk became for the Ukrainian High Military Command a real shock. Everything that is happening in Kupiansk right now indicates that the soldiers of the group of troops under the designation Zapad have already established the supply of offensive units. At the moment, the Russian army units located in the Kupiansk industrial zone and Zayaskyly microdistrict regularly receive not only food but also all necessary weapons, including shells and missiles for multiple launch rocket systems. All this allowed the Russian troops to advance in the western part of Zayaskyly microdistrict and expand the bridgehead, Andrei Muchnoy said. Meanwhile, insiders in Kiev report that Vladimir Zelensky took the entry of the Russian army into the eastern and northeastern parts of Kupiansk very painfully. It is reported that the head of the Kiev regime even had a nervous breakdown because of this. As a result, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Ukraine, General Syrsky, had to come to Kharkiv in order to personally lead the defense of Kupiansk. Against this backdrop, it becomes clear that Vladimir Zelensky will never forgive General Syrsky for the loss of Kupiansk by the Ukrainian army. However, the bad news for the head of the Kiev regime did not end there. A few hours ago, advisor to the head of the Donetsk People's Republic, Yen Galin, officially announced that Russian troops had established control over half of the territory of the city of Kurakhovo. According to him, the decision of the Ukrainian High Military Command to blow up the Turnovskaya Dam at the Kurakhovo Reservoir to slow down the advance of the Russian army did not give the expected result. Unfortunately for the Ukrainian High Military Command, the offensive pace of the Russian army has not only not decreased, but even increased in some areas of the Kurakhovo direction of the front. Moreover, the destruction of the Turnovskaya Dam and the spillage of water from the Kurakhovo Reservoir also led to the fact that the Ukrainian soldiers in the city of Kurakhovo found themselves in a real trap. Thus, due to the hasty actions of the Ukrainian command, the Ukrainian army units lost the opportunity for an organized retreat from Kurakhovo. According to the advisor to the head of the Donetsk People's Republic, the Ukrainian soldiers are completely demoralized and refuse to obey the orders of their commanders. It is reported that in the last 24 hours alone, Ukrainian soldiers have made 5 attempts of unauthorized mass flight from Kurakhovo. At the same time, due to the spillage of water from the Kurakhovo Reservoir and constant Russian artillery shelling, the Ukrainian army units, trying to escape from Kurakhovo, are suffering heavy losses in manpower. The fact that Ukrainian soldiers began to leave Kurakhovo en masse was also confirmed by numerous Ukrainian telegram channels. In particular, the authoritative Ukrainian TG channel resident stated that on the morning of November 15, Ukrainian soldiers and officers, without waiting for the appropriate order, began to retreat not only from Kurakhovo but also from settlements south of this city. We are talking about such settlements as Yelizavetovka, Ilyinka, Vesely Igai, Anavka, Trudovoy, and Uspanovka. Commenting on the plight of the Ukrainian army in Kurakhovo direction of the front, an officer of the Ukrainian army with the call sign Muchnoy said that the city of Kurakhovo was doomed, and that the surrender of this settlement may take place in the coming days and even hours. My friends, you must understand that the liberation of the city of Kurakhovo by Russian troops is of great operational importance. Firstly, Kurakhovo is the largest settlement in the southwestern part of Donbass. Secondly, the liberation of this city will finally put an end to the never-ending shelling of civilians in Donetsk by the Ukrainian army.